to Violin Stars, Lesson 1. The first thing I'm going to teach you how to do is how to hold your violin. So, actually rather than holding it, it's more of a balancing the violin between your collarbone and your chin, and also your thumb and index finger. So it's kind of the side of your thumb and the side of your index finger. They make kind of a little shelf that the neck of the violin can rest on. So you're going to balance it between this area and this hand so that you don't have to clamp down with your chin or collapse your wrist to hold the violin up. So you're going to hold onto it like this, turn it upside down, and try to find your collarbone, which I just showed you. This area right here is where the violin can go. You can kind of wiggle it around until it feels comfortable. You don't want it down here on your chin or up on top of your shoulder, because then I can't reach the chin rest. So you'll just kind of have to wiggle it around until it feels comfortable. When it does, then you can slide this hand down here, and remember, you're going to balance the neck of the violin between the side of your thumb and the side of your index finger. So slide your hand until you find that, and you don't want to let your wrist collapse like that, because then you can hold the violin up completely that way, but that's a big no-no. You don't want to do that. So balance it between your collarbone, chin, side of your thumb, and side of the index finger. And then it should sit there and feel fairly light. You shouldn't have to clamp down or collapse the wrist. But you'll need to take a lot of practice doing this. If you have a good shoulder rest or sponge, which I show you how to make on the CD, then you should be able to hold the violin with no hands. Of course, then I do have to hold it with my chin, which is not how you want to do it when you play. But you should be able to hold it like this without it slipping off and falling, because then you know you have everything adjusted pretty good if you can do that. But then, when you slide your hand down, it helps balance it so that you don't have to clamp down. You can actually lift your head and it will stay. And you don't have to do that either, collapse the wrist, because you don't want to do that. But also, besides collapsing the wrist, you also don't want to stick it out too far like that. Some people do that. You just want to let it kind of hang naturally. Everything should be real relaxed and natural. But it'll take lots of practice, so you can practice putting your violin down, turning it upside down and doing it again, finding it. It should feel really light, just like it's not hardly there. It shouldn't feel really heavy, like you have to hold it down or collapse your wrist to hold it up. So practice doing that as quickly as you can until you can just put your violin up and be ready to play. Now, at first we're not going to use the left hand yet, so you can actually slide it to here on the violin, and you can hold it there, which is, it's a little easier to support it holding onto it right here. For now, you can do that. You don't even have to hold it down here. You can practice that though, so you'll be ready for it when we're ready to use our left hand. But in the meantime, you can hold it here and practice putting it up that way. It's a little easier. Helps you find your balancing up here without having to worry about this part. So you can hold it there. The next thing